So just real quickly, in case anyone has never used templates, I want to go in here and just show you how you get started without at the SPDC. But so we're in templates right now, and what I'm going to do is go through like a holiday campaign. I'm just going to use some fun pictures for this. But if I was doing this for the office, here's how I would start: is just searching for Christmas card, and I would just pick one of these that I like, one, and just go through and select that, and I would edit it. So I'd encourage you to start that way. We're not going to do that today because I want to show you some other features. Okay, we're back up and running. I'm just going to leave my video off. I think that it runs a little bit smoother that way. Let this load. All right, so first we're going to go up to the creative design, and this is where you get to pick when you're going to do something from scratch and you just want a blank. What I want to start with, I wanted to cover the most generic thing that I could work off of. So I'm going to opt to start with the card and then do a 7x5 so we get that nice Christmas card that you fold in half that you can send to others. And I am by no means a graphic designer. And whenever we're talking about Canva, I always like to make sure everybody knows I don't ever feel like Canva can completely replace a graphic designer. There's absolutely still a need for that. But when you're just needing quick social media graphics, or sometimes maybe you're like my office and you're on a budget and you would love to have a designer for everything, but you just simply can't afford that. Canva is a fantastic alternative for those times. So I'm going to start with some layers. Whenever you're doing your design, I want to make sure that you're always using layers. For my backdrop, I chose to use a photo. This is going to be kind of a holiday theme, so I want to have some snow in the background. And I will add, I am using the paid version of Canva. You do have an option if you don't have an account yet. There's a free option, and you've got tons of tools with that. We pay, I think it's $120 a year for the pro version of Canva. If you don't have it, in my opinion, that is worth every penny. That unlocks lots of different graphics and photos that you can use for your design. You're not having to go out on Google and find something and copy it and hope that it's not copyright protected and get yourself into trouble. I think that it's been worth every penny for us. That's definitely something that we renew each year. All right, so moving on with our card, we've kind of got our background in there, and I chose to pull that out of photos just because I wanted something, some snow. I'm going to go over to elements, and now what I really want now is a tree. I could potentially pull that from photos if I wanted to layer two photos. I won't use that one. I really would prefer just a graphic, something that looks like it's been hand drawn for the particular design that we're going to do. And so all you're going to do is select your graphic, click on it, and it's going to pop over to your card. When you're doing graphic design, always keep in mind the rule of thirds. When you're looking at your design, divide that into three and make sure that whatever the focus is, you typically don't want that to be centered. Put it either to the left or the right. Chop that up into thirds, and then maybe you're going to put some text in one third, a photo in one third, whatever that might look like. But don't put it centered. You'll get a much more professional design if you offset it. So I've got my Christmas tree in place, and my inspiration for this is from Amarillo, and you have ever been to the Nutcracker. You've seen that enormous tree that they have that drops down. I've always loved that. That's my inspiration for this design. I want it to look like a large tree. All right, so one of the reasons that we're doing this one from scratch is so you can see a few of the options that might have already been done in the templates. So I want to show you how to use graphics and combine those with frames. So this is going to be Christmas card for me. Let's put it on there. I'm going to let's start with this one. So something that I want you to notice, so I clicked on this red ornament here. I want to have multiple ornaments, but I don't ever want everything to look all the same. When you find a design that you like, look at this magic recommendations down here and click the see all. And what that's going to show you is other designs that are in the same family. They're done by the same designer. So that way I can get different colors, but these are going to match. So I can select red, I can select blue, maybe this red, and pick this red. So go right there. And another good design rule to keep in mind is you don't ever want your designs to be all the same size. So all I'm going to do is click on each of these and I'm going to adjust the size of those so that it adds some depth to what I'm doing. Third one is smaller. Really good. Yes, yes. So I'm going to get on smaller. I feel like I need one. I've always been a big fan of using music on numbers. I think when you have even numbers, it makes it a little bit difficult to space things out naturally. Again here. So all I'm doing is just clicking and dragging. If you've used Canva, you already know how easy this is and places. It's sort of hanging from the branches. All right, so now one of the reasons that we're doing this from scratch is I want you to see how frames work. So what I want to do is I want to put pictures in those ornaments. Well, you could add your pictures and you can edit and you can try to get it to be perfectly round and the right size, but we don't have all day for that because our goal right now is to make sure we can knock out your social media graphics in about half an hour. So you're going to go to your elements here on the left, scroll down a little bit, and you'll see the frames option. If you click through the frames, if you've never used this before, you'll see that you've got all kinds of different sizes. All I need for what we're doing is just a really basic circle. So I've just clicked on that and it's added one. I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the ornament and I'm going to adjust the size, just kind of drag and drop. Adjust the size till I'm happy with it. I want these to be centered in the ornament. You can place that wherever you'd like. I'm going to do the same thing a few more times for my other ornaments. And I want to make sure that plenty of the color still shows in the ornament. Yeah, and you can either do this with your mouse, you can do the drag and drop, or you also can move things with your keyboard. If I'm trying to get something in a very precise spot, I usually use my keyboard. It tends to give you a little bit more control than the moving things. All right, so I've got my frame. So what is a frame? The frame is a place where you can drag and drop a photo and it will automatically size it and crop it for you. So I've got some pictures ready. Again, this is just supposed to be like a fun Christmas graphics that I'm going to send to friends and show what I did throughout the year. So I'm going to add my photos. This was Harry Potter Day at the office. I'm going to make that bigger just so you can see. I had my Luna Lovegood glasses on, and then we had our Gryffindor shirt, and then Odie as a Hufflepuff. Drag that, and I'm going to pick whichever one I want. I'm going to drag it, and as you can see, when I hover over, it starts to place it in that frame, and I'm just going to let go, and boom, it's done. I didn't have to do anything to resize that. You do another one. So this one is my friends Amy and Mindy. I'm sure you can guess what we were doing in our pink. This is when we went to go see Barbie over the summer. So I would like this particular picture to be just a little bit more centered. I'm going to click. That's to catch up. All right, clicked off of it. So now I'm going to double click it and you can see that it's going to let me adjust that picture. I can drag it and make it slightly larger. And I can also pull it down just a little bit and that way I've got it sitting just like I want. All right, I'm going to do a few more. This is me and Amy and Justin at a lunch. with the governor's office. Annie, you were there too. I wish I had that picture of all of us. I would use that one. And so I just drag that, and I want to make sure that the sign in the back shows, and I send that. This is me and my son Asher in Nashville. And I like, most of the time I found that when you're using frames and you drag that over, it'll place it pretty simply. Every once in a while, I will have to get in profit. Last one, that's my friend Alyssa and her brand new baby, Brittany. That was at the SBA Awards in the spring. She won Women in Business of the Year. So I want those to be a little bit bigger so that you can see us and Brittany's, and just go pull it out. Scoot it over to where I'm happy with it. I click off of it and boom, I'm done. Do that, make it simple. So if you are going to use frames in a setting like this where you're placing it with a graphic, one of the things that I would do, especially before you transform these and do something else, is group each one of these together. It'll make your life much easier when you go resize. So all you're going to do to group is click on your picture. You can see I've clicked on the Harry Potter picture. I'm also holding down my shift key, and I'm going to click on the blue ornament, and it gives me the option to group things. Just select group. What that does is now when I click on that and drag it around, you can see that it doesn't split up the picture, the frame, and the ornament. Keeps it all together. Group all of these. And you could hold shift and just group everything at once. I don't like that because when we go to resize for other documents, we'll probably want to move these ornaments around. All right. Last step, we want to add some text and say Merry Christmas. So I've just clicked on the text over to the left. You can just do like the standard text, go back up to the top, pick any of those. It would add it, and then you pick your drop down, and you can fix any text that they have preloaded. You can also upload your own fonts if you want to do that. We're all about saving time today, so that's not something that I'm going to do with this particular design. I like to look at their pre-made text options and find something that I like, and just manipulate them for my own use. They're not perfect. I'm all about being faithful with right. And obviously, I can change the color if I wanted to. I'm already a pink though. So I'm just going to double click on user group real quick. I'm going to ungroup them, put on one of those. I'm going to double click on the first one I want to change. And I just want it to say Merry Christmas. Now I want this to be all in caps, and that's what this particular font is set to default to. But one thing I want you to see is I double click on this, and I go to this little text box up here. I'm going to wiggle my mouse for you. I can change it to all lowercase, or I can just change it to standard if I want. And then click on it again. I like to always get my font box to be dragging it very slowly, as close to the edge as I can. Whenever you're grouping fonts, I've just found that that makes your life a whole lot easier. So I want this one to be fairly large. And then take this one. Obviously, I'm going to put Merry Christmas, and that's way too big for Christmas. So let's just click up here and change it to, yeah, change that to 30. Drag that to there. And then I'm going to pull this out because I want those text boxes to line up perfectly. There we go. And you can kind of see, if you look right here on the left where I'm holding that, you see that dotted line? That's what shows me that I have these text boxes lined up perfectly. There certainly doesn't have to be. I'm just like mine to be. And then I'm just going to decrease my font size until that word fits perfectly. There we go. Now, do you want the Christmas to show up a little bit better? So go up to Effects. Then you can play with this and pick the one that works best for you. Oh, that one right there. Now I'm going to do just like I did with those ornaments, and I'm going to regroup these just because I want to be able to manipulate those together, and I want them to line up always. So held my shift button down and I clicked each and then hit group. I feel like I could probably scoot me and Amy over a little bit and then make that slightly larger. And again, going back to that rule of thirds, you can see what we've done with this divided up. Let's shift these so they look a little more natural, much better. There we go. Now, I would like that ornaments to be a little bit more pink. So let's click on the blue one. So there weren't any pink options when I selected that ornament, but now that I have pink font, I kind of like them to be a little bit brighter. One of the easy adjustments you can do with graphics, click your graphic, do your edit photo on the top. Let's go down here. Actually, I'll do this. All right, now I've ungrouped and I'm just selecting my ornament. The edit photo, and then go down here to these filters. And it gives you some quick, easy ways to adjust colors of your graphics. I'm gonna make that one more purple. Now I'm gonna regroup this right quick. And I'll change the color of the teal one to be a little bit more girly. And there's plenty of other ways that you can edit these, but again, we're all about saving time today. I'm going to show you these are the fastest ways that I change colors. I like that one. I'm going to regroup those, and then let's change the green last one. All right, now let's see what more really. Okay, so keep in mind we did the 5x7, so this is kind of our first graphic. This is our basic graphic. This is the one that's going to be your Christmas card. So if you were going to send me that to print, I would just go down here to the bottom and do add a page for the inside page. Add some text that says Merry Christmas from me, whatever you want that to say, and that would be ready to send off to the printer. But what I want you to see today is that you can create one graphic, but you can get different uses out of that and keep your branding consistent without having to completely recreate things. So let's take this graphic and let's say that now for my Christmas card, I want to make let's say I want to make a post for social media, but I want something that's a little bit more eye-catching than just the basic graphic. So I'm going to go up here to the top. Oops, I can add a page. I'm going to go up to the top and I'm going to duplicate it so that I don't lose my Christmas card. And that's going to add it down here. There we go, that second one. So what I would like if I'm going to use this for social media, I just want to add some animation, something that's going to catch people's eyes. The first thing I'd probably do is click on the text, on Merry Christmas text, go up to animate, and I want something, this will run like a looped video on social media. I just want something to catch people's eyes. Play with that, find something that we like. Let's have it come in. I think that looks nice. And this is probably one ungroup just briefly. Go off of it. And then it has Christmas animated as well. Same thing. And now I'm going to hit my shift button and then go back and delete those just so I don't use that if I do any resizing. And I would like to have a little bit more animation. So you do have the video option on the left side, but you can't put a video over a graphic. You'll completely cover it. So I'm going to go back to elements where we started. Remember, that's where we got our elements, our frames, and it's also where we got a graphic. You can also share some animated graphics from there. So let's see what else you can find. Okay. So as you can see, it just lays it over my graphic, but it doesn't cover anything that I already have done. That's pretty easy to do. So same as the picture, I'm just going to grab those corners and I'm going to adjust that and then grab it and place it where I feet. I kind of like it coming out on that left side. So now I have created, go back up, I have created my Christmas card. All I have to do is copy, and I have created a graphic for social media. Let me see, I think there we go. No, next one. There we go. Now you can see that graphic how that's moving, how the Merry Christmas was animated. And I've got the snow falling. And to use that on social, all I have to do is hit share. I go to my download, download it as your MP4 video because we do have the snow that's moving. And I'm just going to select that second page, hit done, and then it's ready to share on social media. And it'll just keep looking for you. I want to show you how to make one more graphic that I think you'll definitely use over the holidays, and that's reels. Reels are hugely popular right now. You can post that on both Instagram and Facebook. So instead of having to completely recreate this, which again, I've seen so many people do, take my mouse, go up to this magic switch in the top left corner, hit that, and for me, Instagram Reel is the first thing that comes up. Check that, hit continue, and give it just a second to do its thing. Hit copy and resize. And it's going to create a new document. Open that up. No. Now, obviously, this isn't the size that I want, and we have some things to adjust. But this is one of the reasons why I recommended keeping your original graphics grouped. That way you don't have to move things individually. So I'm just going to grab that tree. I'm going to grab it and make it just a little bit bigger so it kind of matches my card. And scoot my wings a little bigger. Over button. Naturally spaced out. So I'm going to re-add an animation. Hold on. There we go. So I'm going to have my Merry Christmas. With that. Um, make the same self-text and there's tons of options for that. I would like to have the snow back on this one. I'm going to do a different snow. Normal graphics. Well, let's play with that one. Snows. I'm going to make that into a thing. There we go. So when you have a reel, I would like to have multiple pages on this one because maybe I want to direct people to a sale. Let's assume that you've got a boutique. So I kind of got my first Merry Christmas going. Let's skip over here and we've got a second copy of it, and both of these will transfer over together. Do the same thing and just kind of adjust this however we want it. And I think on this one I don't even want to mix this. So those are as well as the snow. So now I'm going to go over to text. Click on that and it transfers it over. Obviously, we want to change the color, make sure that it really stands out. Open. Open. And then obviously you would want to copy that text in as your date. We're making this fast though, because I'm sure you would like to eat lunch as well. So I'm going to undo that because I want to have some animation with this, and really what I want to animate on this slide. I've already animated Merry Christmas on my last one, but I really want people to see is that I'm having an open house. I'm going to add some animation that really stunning. So let's do the copy. Slow that down just a little bit. There we go, so that it takes it slightly longer to come up. And that. And I'm going to do the same animation with the open house. Also slow it down. And then we cannot forget the snow. We add the other snow. All right, now so I'm going to go back from the start and we'll see what about 5 minutes. We've made a whole Instagram reel that matches our branding and highlights our open house. And for this reel, doing this up. So start with Merry Christmas. We have our ornaments. We did not have to recreate anything. Yes, obviously you can change the color of the font. You can make that bigger. But what I really wanted to all to see today is that I think we've got on there for 40 minutes now. I was able to make a Christmas card. This is a media graphic and a reel for both Facebook and Instagram, and I didn't have to completely recreate anything. That's really what I wanted to go over today. If y'all have any questions, I'm going to stop sharing. Video again. Let's turn the window button. There we go. Awesome. Thank y'all for being on today. If you've got any questions, I'll wait just a second. You're welcome to type those in the chat, or you can unmute yourself as well. It's going slow. Right quick, but I'll have a chance to ask questions. I thought just a quick survey. Let us know how we did today, aside from moving around after certifications and sticking with you today. This helps us figure out what kind of workshops that we want to do in the future. I don't think we've got a lunch club in December. It's a little bit too close to Christmas and I know that we're busy. But we have got a lunch club kind of a mini series coming up for the first quarter of 2024. We've got a CPA. We're going to go over kind of how to do a tax return for your small business. We'll talk about legal structure and some general marketing. Really what we're going to do is help you kick off the new year right. And we see a lot of clients that come in the office in January and they are ready to start a new business. So this mini series will be focused on that and hope you have with that. If there are no questions, y'all have a wonderful afternoon and I hope you get the chance to enjoy some lunch. Thank you.